On folks, good morning. Friday morning here, March 11th. Looks like it's about 5 or 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Looks like we're getting a nice bounce in the futures markets this morning. Kind of what we're expecting here. Market's pretty oversold, a lot of fear out there. And it is Friday, so markets are typically bullish. History shows us over time on Fridays. So if you want to support the channel and if you want to know exactly what we are doing, we have those trades posted over on our Patreon page. That is Micro Futures Trader on Patreon. You can see we have a couple different tiers here: XRP, Tesla, Bitcoin, SPY, and then an all access tier as well. Links will be down in the video description if you are a trader, that is. Let's take a look at a couple charts here. We're going to discuss a couple things to do during market volatility and when markets are going sideways to down like they have been for most of 2022. So we're taking a look here at Tesla, and as you can see, if you've been holding Tesla, there has not been too much excitement. Just a lot of volatility up and down, up and down, up and down. So you're probably getting pretty worn out like a lot of traders out there have been. And you can get that overall vibe and feel if you check out some YouTube videos, if you look over at Twitter, if you listen to the news. This can be exhausting. It can be draining. You're waiting for, if you're long, higher prices, if you're short, lower prices. But this sideways action, unless you are an options trader, is pretty exhausting, pretty boring, and there is not much money being made. Just the counts fluctuating up and down. You can see this giant sideways consolidation we've been in since basically the top at November 4th in 2021. So you can see here, we put in a low on the 24th of February. Basically across the board, a lot of stocks put in lows there. And so far, we have a higher low on the 8th of March. So we just have to have patience here. And what we're waiting for is a higher high. We want to see a new uptrend be confirmed. We want to get a strong close. Basically, looks like if we can get a close above that high right there, looks like it's around 888, whatever that high is. Let's go to this candle right here, March 1st. High is 889. If we can get a close above that, we would be in the early stages of a new uptrend. So we have a higher low, and then we want to see that higher high get printed. And that could be the early stages of a new uptrend underway. And the market could be turning for the upside. So that's what we see with Tesla. Until then, we just have to have patience. Doesn't mean the market's not going to roll over. We could just roll over here and put in new lows. We will see how long this thing is going to be dragged out here. But so far, we have a mark on the board, and that is a higher low right there on the 18th of March. So it's just one step at a time here. So that's Tesla, taking just a day-by-day approach here. I understand people are anxious. They want prices to go up. And sometimes it just takes time. The market can wear you out either by price or by time. And it seems like this one is time. It is taking a while to digest what's going on here. But like I said, we are looking for that new uptrend confirmation, higher lows, which so far we have. And next is a higher high. So keep your eyes on this 888, 889 level. Looking for a break above that, and that would give us a little more confidence in a new uptrend here for Tesla. So get a good mental image of what this chart looks like. And let's take a jump over to Apple stock. AAPL is the ticker. And we'll zoom in similar to Tesla. And now it's not exactly the same, but it's very close. A lot of these stocks, especially these bigger stocks, follow what the general market does. So obviously in a downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now let's take a look here. So far, we put in a low on the 24th of February, which was the same as Tesla. And a lower high, so we're still in a confirmed uptrend on the 3rd of March. And then we're taking a look right here. Now, we didn't undercut yesterday, but we got close. So it looks like the 8th of March, as of now, is a higher low. Yesterday, this was yesterday, correct? Yes, the 10th. Yesterday got close, but it didn't undercut that low, so we still have a higher low. And even if it did undercut that low, as long as it stays above the February 24th, that would still be a higher low. So what are we looking for next here? And this is for Apple. Well, we want a higher high. We want to see a high come in above this high in here, and that would give us some confirmation of a new uptrend for Apple. Until then, it's just, you got to have patience. Unless you are selling strangles above the market and below the market, then this is just a whipsaw move. You're making money, you're losing money, whatever the case may be. Until we get a strong trend like this, you just have to have patience and accept that the market is going to be a little bit volatile. Now, it looks like this stock does pay dividends, so at least you're collecting your dividends when those are paid out. But until we get a new confirmation of an uptrend, you just got to have patience. So that is a quick look at Apple. Now let's take a look at XRP. Now this is a little bit different. This is a cryptocurrency, but similar concepts will play out here. So we had a low put in down in here. It looks like the 22nd of January. And then we had a higher low put in on, looks like February 24th. So this thing is correlated with the stock market, at least somewhat. And what's next? Well, if you remember Tesla and Apple, we're looking for that higher high to come in here. We want to see a higher high, give us that confirmation that a new uptrend is in place, excuse me. And we want to see that it looks like basically above this high in here. So we have higher low, and we want to see a higher high above the previous high within here to give us that new confirmation that an uptrend is under place and higher prices should be in our future. So that is XRP. It's the same as the other markets. We're basically in this sideways consolidation, and you got to have patience. You got to let the market play out. And until then, we're just in this basing structure here, and we will see what happens. Now, of course, prices could break down lower, but we will have to see. Just like I said, it doesn't really matter whether we go higher or lower. You just have to have patience. So that is a look at XRP. And you can see back in here, we did a similar consolidation. We actually put in a double bottom. So we bottomed here. We had a low here. We also had a low over in here. It looks like that was July 20 to July 21st. And then when we broke that high, which was right here on the 29th of July, we finally broke that high, came back, retested that high, and then what did we do? We moved much, much higher. So we moved from around that 72 cents, which is where we're at today, all the way up to $1.39, $1.40. So just basic TA, higher highs, higher lows for an uptrend, and we're just looking for that higher high. So got to have some patience here for XRP. We want to see a swing higher, confirming that new uptrend is underway and a market is turning. So that is some of my thoughts for XRP. We are obviously extremely bullish on XRP and I've been accumulating XRP for years now. If you were around back in 2017, you remember these times back in here. And this was a fun move to be a part of. Very, very wild. Let's take a look at SPY. So this is the S&P 500 ETF. Same kind of chart, similar chart to the other stocks. And you can see here that we put in that low on the 24th of February. And so far we have a higher low on the 8th of March. And of course, what is next? Well, we want to see a higher high underway, taking out this high here on the 3rd of March, giving us that confirmation that a new uptrend could potentially be underway. That is what we are looking for. We want to see a higher low and then to follow a higher high come in place here. But until then, it is just a choppy sideways market. And of course, the markets can roll over. Looks like we're getting some issues here with the charts. But you can see that sometimes you just have to have patience. And it does not mean the markets will not roll over and head lower. If we undercut those lows, then we're going to be heading for lower prices. Let's take a look over here at the CNN Fear and Greed Index. We are sitting in extreme fear here. We are actually lower than I thought we were when I opened this up this morning. We're at a 15. That's pretty incredible. I've seen this down in the single digits. I think I've seen it down into 8 on the March 2020 lows. So we're getting pretty close here. I still think the low is in place, which was the 24th of February. But we will see if these markets don't start to move higher soon, then perhaps we are going to head for lower prices. But like I said, I think the market has bottomed on the 24th of February, judging by the charts. And also the sentiment is quite bearish, and it does not stay this bearish for very long. So we will see if this is just some noise in much larger and higher prices to come, or we're actually going to be heading into a more of a long-term downtrend here. So we will see. You got to have patience, and if you own dividend stocks, well, at least you're still collecting your dividends this time, but you just want to look for those higher, want to look for a higher low and then followed by a higher high to give you that confirmation of a new uptrend. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this video. As always, check us out over on Patreon, Micro Futures Trader. Links will be down in the video description. If you want trading signals, that's what we post over here. XRP, Tesla, the Bitcoin, the Micro Futures, the small contract, and then SPY for the S&P ETF. And then an all access gives you micro S&Ps. Now this is futures, micro E-mini Dow, micro NASDAQ E-minis, micro E-mini Russells, the Bitcoin micro futures, the S&P 500 ETF SPY, Tesla signals, and then XRP trading signals. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for taking time out of your day to check this out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome all of the new subs, and thank you as always to all of the current subscribers. Have a great Friday. Be careful out there. These markets are very volatile, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.